Beautiful Leo, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Leo, this is a little bonus reading. It's a little bit different than usual. Us tarot readers, we always do like a singles reading, love reading, career, monthlies, but we never really check in to see how you are, the deeper subtext of what's going on with you, just to see how things are going for you, how you're feeling, and how things are going to work out for you, the trajectory that you're on. So I will tap into what is to come for you, but at the same time, I'm digging a little bit deeper just to see how things are going for you. Okay, so let us get started for you. I'm only going to use 6 cards, so something a little bit different there for you. With the Hangman, for some of you, you're feeling that life has been turned upside down, that somehow you're on pause, or you're feeling a little bit in limbo or a little bit lost. Don't get me wrong, I feel like you're definitely focusing on your goals and your dreams. You're still busy. It feels somehow you've got the Hermit energy there as well, so some of you may feel like things have changed and you're tapping into your higher self. Spiritually, you're more aware of your belief system. But these are 2 cards that indicate you're exhausted. You need a rest, or you need some sort of, look at those. Those are 3 very still cards. You may feel that things have become very still in your life. You're going through an intense period of change, enlightenment, and that you are just trying to find your place in the world at this moment in time. You may even feel that the world has gone a little bit upside down in some way. But with that King of Wands energy as well, I feel like you are trying to rekindle your lust for life. You're still, powering on through. You've got the Moon card. Look at these cards. Whoa. Bar 1 card, you have all major arcana cards. This is a big transition that you're going through right now. Major arcana cards indicate some major lifestyle shifts going on for you. And you're in a deep period of intense thinking. Some of you may not even be talking about some of the struggles that you've been going through, some of the deeper things that have been going on with you there. The Devil card indicates some of you have been feeling stuck and you're trying to liberate yourself out of a stuck situation. You're trying to reignite that lust for life. But also I feel during a period of recharging your batteries and reestablishing your power and control in life or in a situation in your life, it's almost like some of you may have had to put some things on hold, really to check in with yourself, to invest more time and energy in you. Okay, so let's get to the cards, because that's your sort of overarching energy of what I see right now. Hangman is a very important card that indicates some of you are trying to not overthink things in a world that feels a little bit upside down right now. You're trying to gain deeper wisdom or clarity of your position in life. The Hangman actually puts himself on the tree of wisdom in order to learn more. So some of you are trying to learn more about your inner resolve, your strength, your passions, but also you're trying to see things from a different viewpoint, because you may feel that there are some uncertain times ahead. With the Moon card, that's a card of uncertainty. And with the Hermit energy, some of you are just like exhausted of all this uncertainty, all this kind of like muddiness of life, where you feel something, because I mean, with the Hermit and the Moon card, the Devil card, as well as the Hangman, it can feel that there's this sense of foreboding, that something that you can't quite pinpoint is making you feel like you should be prepared, or that you should feel that you need to tap into your higher state of wisdom or intuition, because you're just feeling something's off. Okay, that's what's coming out here. Please don't shoot the messenger. Not everybody's going to resonate with that, but I just get this sense here of you paying attention, pausing, not rushing into things, just trying to get some clarity in life right now so that you can see where you feel like you are, or where you belong, or to plant roots. Okay, the Hangman energy is also you looking at all the sacrifices you make in your life. You know, all the responsibilities that you have. You actually have a lot of wisdom. You're naturally very gifted and very intelligent there. So I feel like you're utilizing that knowledge that you have, that you came to this lifetime with. But the Hangman is also you looking at perhaps missed opportunities, the woulda, coulda, shoulda moments in life, and getting closure on those, because you recognize that in this stillness, the only moment you truly have is the present moment. My guides are actually pointing at my T, and I think it says today is yours or something. Let me see. Today is yours. Make today amazing. Okay, so my guides are actually pointing at this sweatshirt thing that I've got. And this could be that you are trying to find a little bit more simplicity in your life, but also trying to enjoy the moment. Okay, so I feel some of you have been dealing with some very difficult situations, maybe selfish people as well. And I feel like you are trying to get a different perspective on those experiences to see what you can learn from those experiences to empower yourself or protect yourself in a situation there as well. Okay, now it's really interesting. Although this is the Hangman card, I'm being shown an actual game of Hangman. So it's almost like they're trying to spell out a word, and there's some words that are missing. So maybe you are looking at what you feel is missing in your life right now. Maybe it's a little bit more passion, spontaneity, fun, enjoyment. Some of you, it could be an energy here of you trying to influence your circumstances, and you're trying to find that missing ingredient. I want to see what word they're trying to spell out there. One moment, please. Oh my gosh, I've never actually played like a spiritual game of Hangman in the water. So when I've been scrying, let me see. What is that? Okay. It looks like it's I mean, if I was to take a guess at it, it looks like the word remember. Remember. So it could be that you're feeling nostalgic during this time, or you're looking back at past situations to resolve them, or to take charge of them so they no longer have power over you in a situation. What I'm seeing, I'm just going to give you R-E, and then there's a space and a space. B-E-R. So I'm guessing remember, R-E space E. Yeah, okay. It looks like remember, okay. I'm going to have to really think about it afterwards. Maybe it's not remember. So yeah, I'll just move on from that energy. But I mean, some of you, it's almost like the guessing game of life. What's next? What's the next thing to come? What's going to complete the set? What is the message? You know, so some of you are trying to work out some uncertainty that you've been going through, or if you feel like something's off, you're trying to guess at what the problem could be or what's next in some way. But I definitely see that you will find the missing ingredient, or whatever it is that you feel like you're missing right now. But the King of Wands is to reestablish your power, rekindle that lust for life, that you have the power to influence your circumstances. So some of you are actually just trying to recharge your batteries because you're exhausted. You're fed up. You know, the Hangman is to feel that you need to pause, and the Hermit is an indication that you've become jaded in some situation, or, you know, you've matured to a point where you're fed up with a situation, and now you're going inwards for a quest of truth, of spiritual illumination. You're going inwards for clarity because you feel things have just got a little bit too much in the outside world. So it's almost like you're building a little inner sanctuary. Now, this could be that some of you have found that life, it's been about going to your projects or your work or looking after your children and just coming home. It just feels like a cycle in some way. It may not be completely repetitive, but I feel like you are trying to reignite your passion for life and influence your circumstances so it remains exciting, so it remains, surprising in some way. The King of Fire is also a spiritual card. It actually denotes spiritual influence. And you have so many spiritual cards here. So you're really on a major spiritual path of self-discovery. You may even feel that there is like a spiritual battle going on and you're reaffirming your beliefs or your truth in some way so that you can put yourself in a really good position. But also I feel that you are building confidence. You're reestablishing your sense of self and your inner power. You are naturally born to be a leader, so you may feel you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders to lead a situation or step up in some way. And it can be exhausting to be the one who always has to lead the way, the one who always has to shine, the one who always has to make decisions that, benefit not just you, but other people as well. You're not here to meet other people's expectations. You're here to march to the beat of your own drum. I feel like you have been tested, but I definitely see that you're reestablishing your power in a situation there as well, okay? Also, some of you may have taken some time out in order to master something, because I'm being given this energy of you either learning something, mastering it, or doing something over and over again so you become so good at it that it's second nature. That's coming out there as well. But I feel like you're aspiring to something, and with the Devil card there, it can indicate that you are really leading life with passion, or you're trying to lead your life with passion or follow your passions, but you're looking at things that are healthy passions and toxic behaviors or patterns that you may have found yourself connected to in some way, and you're trying to remove yourself from those situations, because we do have that High Priestess there, which is to detach in some way, to take the higher moral ground, or to sort of distance yourself in some way from something that has been difficult, toxic, or something that has not been good for you. Some of you are trying to break bad habits right now, and you're trying to really have a sense of control over that. This could be like overthinking, or this overwhelming uncertainty right now. It could be that it's making you feel anxious. You're trying to have more confidence and say, you know what, you're trusting your intuition, all will be well. Looking at your energy, I see that all will be well. You're in command of a situation, and you're in a better position than you feel like you're in right now. There is a new chapter available to you. But with the Hermit in the resistance position, this is a card that can indicate in this particular position that some of you have been feeling a little bit isolated, or a little bit lonely, or a little bit detached from things in general. And some of you may have gone off grid, and you have a desire to sort of like get out a little bit more, or to leave the house a little bit more, because the Hermit in this position, it's like you got it in the reverse. So some of you feel that you need to get out there, experience new places, new faces, different experiences in order to have balance in life. Because if you only do one thing over and over and over again, or a couple of things over and over and over again, things can become stale or stagnant, and you can feel really frustrated or stuck. And I feel like you're trying to reignite inspiration, or you're searching for something right now, and I feel you are going to find whatever it is that you're searching for. The Hermit energy also indicates it's a temporary timeout that you've been taking in order to get clear in your mind. The Moon card, whilst it does represent uncertainty, and I feel some of you are trying to tap into your intuition to navigate a way through uncertain times, you will find security. Trust your higher self and your higher wisdom. I feel like you are going to gain clarity at this time, and you're actually going to see the truth of a situation or a person or an environment, and it will benefit you. And I feel with that King of Wands there, this is an indication that, you know, you have more power and control over these times than you feel like you do. Okay. The Moon card is about your dreams, your goals. I definitely see some of you may be looking into your psychic ability a little bit more, that you may second guess yourself sometimes, and some of you are trying to harness it a little bit more, or, you know, control it a little bit more. So some of you may actually decide to book yourself on a course of learning, or, you know, you're trying to learn more about yourself on a spiritual level. But the Moon card with the Hermit, some of you just feel like completely drained. The moon cannot shine all by itself. It is a celestial body that requires the sun in order to be seen. Okay, and you may have been dealing with a lot of energy vampires or situations that have been very chaotic, stressful. It's just drained you. And some of you are just looking at life in general and thinking it's hard, and it is. And you're feeling really frustrated, and you've taken like a step back from either something that has been draining you. I mean, I'm just going to give you an example. For example, every time you like look on a social media platform, we are bombarded with negative clickbait. You know, the end of the world, or things are really going to be getting bad, or you have no idea what's coming, or, you know, all of those things. And we can feel really like scared, anxious by these little sound bites of things. It can be overwhelming sometimes. And sometimes we need to ground ourselves and recognize we must trust our intuition and overcome fear, because fear changes vibrations, not just in you, but also in your immediate circumstances, and collectively it changes the vibration of the world. And right now there is a lot of uncertainty going on, and we are on a trajectory right now where there are some hotbeds of chaos and potential conflict, okay? But we are all vibrational beings, and certain institutions like to have people in vibrations of fear because it can influence circumstances in a negative way. And I feel you are someone who is emotionally intelligent and mature enough to understand that, and you're trying to be positive even though times that we're currently in are very challenging. Okay, so on a spiritual level, I feel like you've been really recognizing the truth of a situation in order to try and change your vibrations and not let fear win, is what I see here. Also, some of you, you know, I feel like you're just exhausted because you've been working really hard, or you've been spinning a lot of plates in your life right now, and it will be rewarding. It does kind of feel rewarding, but some of you may feel like it's constant. So you feel, is it never ending, or will things change? But I feel with the High Priestess and the Devil card, I feel intuitively you're going to find a way to release yourself from something negative there. The Devil card is not an evil card. It can indicate that, you know, you take things to extreme sometimes. The Devil card is to highlight where we feel stuck. So for example, you know, you lead with passion. So if you have something that you're passionate about, you are all in. And whilst that is wonderful, sometimes it can be exhausting. Sometimes it could be like tunnel vision. Sometimes it could be frustrating when you give your all to a situation and then you feel like you haven't got any other energy to invest in yourself or to invest in other things. And, you know, sometimes you can get obsessed with certain things in your life. It's because you care. We all get to that point where, you know, we are obsessively moving towards something that we really want to achieve or we want to accomplish, and we can actually drain ourselves. And it's like life is all about balance and variety. So the Devil card can highlight areas where we feel that we have got stuck in a cycle of repeat. Or for some of you, you're actually taking some time out to recover from a very toxic situation, or you feel like somehow you found yourself in a toxic environment, whether it's a family situation, whether it is a work environment, whether it is, you know, a friendship or a frenemy, or whether it's, you know, an area that you live in. You know, some of you are trying to detach yourself from a very difficult, toxic environment, and, you know, you've been feeling really stuck and you're moving away from that right now. Intuitively, you are evolving away from it. Now, I do want to pull some cards on this because you have such major arcana cards here. I feel like some of you are making some major changes in your life right now, and you're feeling a little bit anxious as to how it's going to go. But I feel trusting in your next steps, in your intuition, in your sense of knowingness, you're going to be on point. But I want to pull some cards, some extra cards from the same deck, because I want to clarify, because with the major arcana cards here, it could be that you're worried about some major changes that are being implemented, or, the devil card can represent fear. It can represent that sometimes we get lost in a sense of isolation, especially if you have taken some time out for you to be alone. Things are going to change. And I keep picking up lifestyle changes, and the Knight of Swords, if you even look up the meaning of the Knight of Swords, it means lifestyle changes. So I feel something is changing in and around you, and you're feeling a little bit uncertain through these changes, but everything is going to be on point. You're on the right path. You're going to move through these changes. And yes, life is all about the winds of change, but I definitely see that they're going to work in your favor. Whenever you get a Knight of Swords, this means that there is a positive outcome for your highest good. So it's almost like you're in a period of transformation. Seven of Cups, new options are becoming available for you. Some of you on a sort of local energy, and what I mean by that is something that's a little bit more kind of like personal. It could be that you're looking at where you waste your time, people, situations that drain your energy. It could be like moments of procrastination where you spend a lot of time on your phone, for example, scrolling through reels like I do. Sometimes I'm like, I'm just going to quickly have a look at the reels. A few cats doing some weird things, some dogs doing the same. It's fun. It's nice. It lets the pressure off sometimes. Suddenly an hour, 2 hours have passed and you're like, whoa, that was a lot of time. So some of you are just looking at where you channel your energy and where you channel your time there. And but it's like you're prioritizing, you're utilizing your time, and you're acutely aware that time is of the essence. For some of you, with the Knight of Swords, this is a very fast energy. For some of you, you may feel like time is speeding up. Suddenly, we're coming into April. I'm actually doing this reading on the 1st of April. So some of you are like, whoa, when did that happen? We were starting the year and now we're in April. So it's like time is speeding up in some way. So some of you may feel a little bit confused as to how time is speeding up. Seven of Cups can indicate confusion. Some of you may also feel that you need to take some time out to get some clarity about what you want for your life in the confusion of the everyday. There is a very loud world that we have built for ourselves, and sometimes it's really hard to hear your heart. We're bombarded with news, with clickbait, with sounds, with traffic, with airplanes, with helicopters, with just noise. The chatter of the everyday. And sometimes it's really hard to get a moment to really tap into your inner wisdom, to tap into your higher self, to really sit with yourself and your thoughts. Whatever changes you're making, they are for your highest good. And I feel like, you are changing your reactions and responses to ongoing kind of patterns of repeat in your life, because the Hermit in this position, it actually means you don't want to repeat a cycle. And I'm actually hearing a record right now. When you listen to vinyl, this is how old I am, vinyl records, they're so incredible. They give a different sound, but when you listen to a vinyl record, this is what I'm hearing right now. And you would know when the needle is at the end, it's finished all of the songs on the album, okay? And it's that crackling sound at the end, like. So it's almost like some of you are really nostalgic during this time, thinking about situations gone by, getting closure on those situations. Some of you are feeling the change, the stillness in the world, really trying to listen. For some of you, there's a pattern or cycle repeat that's been playing out in your world for a long time. Now you're getting closure on it, or it's coming to an end in some way, and you're ready to change the record. So I get this energy. Some of you, it could literally be that you've been listening to a record while you've been listening to this reading and you need to change to the other side. But I actually get this sense that you're changing the record on your own life in order to be more inspired, to reignite that passion. You are a fire element, and you are someone who is passionate, flamboyant. You have a lot of light. You're naturally talented, gifted. You're really fun to be around. But people expecting that of you can be exhausting. So some of you have taken a break, and now you may be getting back into the mix with new options, a new vitality, new lust for life. And whatever it is you're changing, It is actually going to be swift change, and it is for your highest good. A positive outcome is assured when you get this card. Dream of every eventuality, because your thoughts become things. So I do see things are changing for the better, and you will have more energy, and you will be more inspired, and you'll have more wisdom and more maturity because of it. I mean, for some of you, you're just thinking about getting older and what that means. Because I'm being shown by my guides the creak of the bones, okay, on the Hangman energy. So some of you are just looking at, maintaining optimum health as you get older, listening to creaky bones, and once you sort of eliminate something that perhaps is not very good for you, or perhaps that is tempting but has been hurting you in some way. This could be a food substance, for example. You may eliminate that from your diet and find that actually you're more supple in your movements. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. For some of you, you are literally just, cultivating your landscape, decluttering, being more discerning about the company that you keep, who drains your energy, who supports your goals and dreams, who can you really trust. You're looking at those things right now. Okay. And I mean, one of those cards that just popped out, this one in particular, some of you may feel like you have uprooted in some way, and that things just don't feel familiar anymore, and you're trying to find your way in a very different world, but you will find your way. Now we've got change your perspective of the people that are around you and keep an open mind. Okay, so you're seeing things differently, but also you're recognizing that people are evolving around you, changing. You've changed. I definitely see that some changes have occurred within you, but also I do tend to see that you are someone who does keep an open mind. But with the Hangman there, that is a change of perspective. So I definitely see that some of you are looking at your life, making some different decisions for yourself, changing perspective, and, really maybe uprooting yourself. I mean, when we get to this card, this is, I feel, one of the most powerful cards for you. We've also got be careful who and what you surround yourself with. So that's really connecting to that energy that I picked up on earlier about clickbait and, that sense of foreboding. If we constantly watch things or, absorb things or listen to things that are negative, then of course we're going to pick up that vibe. I'm not saying ignore the world and what's going on around you. I feel like you're the sort of person who wants to affect change in the world for the positive. You've come to this lifetime to shine your brilliant light and raise vibrations, and you have a mission, and you're really connected to that mission, and you will make it become your reality, whatever your goal or dream is or your calling is. But also I feel like you've learned who you can trust, and also who and what it is that you surround yourself with, what you digest, what you listen to, all of those things. I feel they're becoming really poignant to you now as you start to, declutter your life and cultivate your landscape in a healthier way. I feel like you're removing yourself from toxic situations, food substances, environments, people. It just feels like you are streamlining your energy for peace of mind. Now, also we have uproot your life and leave all that is familiar to you. So maybe that's the record player, the cycle of repeat. You're bored of it. It feels it's time to have something new, something exciting, something bold and daring for you to connect to at this time. But also some of you may literally be moving. You may be leaving a neighborhood. You may be leaving, your parents' house. You may be leaving an environment that you've known for a while, leaving a job that you've been in for a while. Some of you are just leaving some outdated practices or viewpoints behind. And, I feel like you're embracing newness in your life in some way. And when we uproot ourselves, it can feel very uncertain. It can feel very anxious. But I can see that whatever it is that you're changing in your life, it's actually going to help you feel more at home, more comfortable, more in a position of power and of peace of mind. And finally, we've got learn how to honor and treat your body well. Now that has come up pretty strongly in this reading. So this is like another message there for you to really, have healthy boundaries, because it's body, mind, and soul, but also, everything that you connect to, it has an impact on you, on your life. You know, there are certain food substances, for example, that I know when I eat it, I love it, but then I feel drained, lethargic, I fall asleep, I feel bloated, I don't feel so good. Then there's other things that I really love as well, and I'll eat that, and I'll think, actually, I feel great. I've got loads of energy. I feel inspired. I feel like I've got that lust for life. Let's go out there and do stuff. So it's really about you pinpointing what works for you in life across the board. And I'm only mentioning food as like an example. It could be a person. You know, there's those people that you meet that are friends and you walk on air after leaving them because they feel so exciting to be with, so fun to be with. You have a laugh, you know, you put the world to rights and you just feel great after leaving their presence, inspired. Then there's other friends where you go, okay, you know what, I really should check in with that friend, but every time I leave them, somehow I feel bad about myself, or somehow I feel like, oh, the world's a really grim place, or somehow they just bring me down a bit. It doesn't mean you're going to step away from that person completely. It means that you approach this person in a different way, different viewpoint. They could be struggling and you may feel like they need some extra care, or you need to be extra honest with them and say, hey, you know what? Perhaps you need to change your perspective in order to change your vibration. You may help them in a certain way, or you may actually just protect your energy so that they do not change your equilibrium there, okay? So I'm just going to go get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, so we have the snake. Now the snake, it really indicates infinite possibilities for change. You're in a cycle of rebirth, revamping your life in some way. You're leaving something behind, shedding old skin. And I definitely see that you are renewing some part of your life, rekindling that lust for life. Also, the snake is an indication that some of you may not be trusting a situation. You may feel something is a little bit off and you're trusting your intuition on this. Also, some of you, you know, you may have been dealing with a setback and it's been difficult, it's been hard, but you're going to move through those changes and you're going to work through them and you're going to be more in charge of the energy and of those changes as well. Also, I mean, because you have the devil card there with the snake, some of you are dealing with temptation. This could be that, you know, with high pressured situations, you reach for the quick fix. You know, some of you could also be looking at people that you feel tempted to rekindle something with, or something that's not good for you, you feel tempted to connect to it. But also, I feel some of you, you have people in your circumstances that are jealous of you in some way. And I feel like you're trying to detach yourself from that because you recognize that somehow this person or this situation is changing how you feel. So this could be like you're working in a toxic environment, for example, and people are jealous of your progress, that you're someone who is elevating to the top, that you're someone who's so gifted and talented and passionate about what you do, that you're destined for success, but they're not capable of taking the journey of success that you are. They don't have the talent, they don't have the drive, they don't have the energy. And they don't have the determination to make it become a reality. They feel that they could coast and just get the same, you know, rewards that you are about to get. And that's not true at all. So instead, their easy way out is to be jealous of you, to try to knock your confidence so that you know, are stopped in your tracks, but you're not going to let that happen, okay? Now we do have your final rune there. And this is a really interesting rune. It's all about potential. You have so much potential. You're building confidence. Some of you are trying to free yourself up from a very stuck situation. You will find a conclusion. Also, this rune is the hero rune. And this is the hero card. So this indicates that you are the hero or the heroine of your own story. And you are here to change the script. You're here to write the script. Don't let anyone else tell your story or write your story. This is about you empowering yourself so that you are in charge of your story. And you're the main character. Don't blend into the background. Don't let anyone make you their sidekick. This is you being, you know, the lead in your own story. Let's put it that way. Also, this indicates you're a very strong person and that you're making some changes that will, you know, inevitably lead to endings and new beginnings. Trust the process. You're heading in the right direction, okay? There's also going to be a little bit more motivation and drive energy. So if you have been feeling low motivation, low energy, things are going to pick up, and that reignition for lust for life is also going to return there too. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Leo. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell. It lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Also, this reading, it's not here to replace any other readings. I just thought I'd do a little bonus there. I will get back to my usual singles and career readings, etc., as well. But this is just a little one there for you for now. Okay. Thank you so much, my beautiful Leo, and love and light.